Rashni Kher of Roots in Kashmir, Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP, MM Ansari, former interlocutor in the Jammu and Kashmir, from Jammu and Kashmir, Aga Syed Ruhullah Mehdi, he's chief spokesperson of the National Conference, and Shabnam Lone is an advocate in the Supreme Court. Let's start this debate. Now, you know, we are not calling for a police crackdown on those who cheered for India's loss. We, and I want to start with you, Professor Ansari, we are questioning the brutal, savage, inhuman Jammu and Kashmir police crackdown on those who protested against those who cheered for India's defeat. I mean, what happened? You've seen these pictures. It's absolutely outrageous. Why did the brutality happen in your view? Why do you think this happened? Professor Ansari.
As far as I see it, there is already inquiry that has been established by the state government, as well as a committee sent by the MHRD has also been examining, and therefore it is not desirable to make any comment as to who is responsible. The fact remains that in the recent times we have seen that the number of universities have been suffering from the student unrest for one reason or the other, but one important factor remains that there are some political activists who are active, and there are students who are provoking, you know, the other groups of students, and that is resulting in this kind of problem.
No, one second, just 1 minute, just 1 minute, 1 minute. Where if there are students, who is being provocative? Those who are cheering for India's loss, or those who are cheering for against those, or those who are taking them on? Who is being provocative? Can you please explain? Who is being provocative in this case, in your view?
Well, I would say that both the groups are provoking. I would say that there are disgruntled elements, and they may be having some allegiance to some of the political parties, and there are those who would like to celebrate the defeat of, say, India, and there are those who are reacting to this aspect.
So if there are people, so why would you? Professor Ansari, there are many sections in our country who prime themselves on being the most politically correct of all. If this is the kind of argument, then can I understand why, is this not, what explains this particular brutality? Was this democratic, Shabnam Lone? Wasn't it undemocratic that on the afternoon of the 5th of April, the Jammu and Kashmir police cracked down on a group of students, dragged them, beat them with lathis, and why? What was their fault? Their fault was that they were merely raising placards and peacefully protesting at the campus gates after protesting against some other students who had cheered an Indian defeat. What was the fault of these students, Shabnam Lone? What was their fault that they were brutalized like this?
Heads should roll, Arnab. There was no fault on their part. They had every right to celebrate the way they wanted to, one. Secondly, the college administration and the police, action should be taken against people involved in both these aspects. Having said that, now let me come to the main point. Kindly recall, Arnab, we had a show on Times Now some time back when the HRD minister, Simriti Irani Sahiba, was very eloquently, she came on your show, a telephone call she gave to General G.D. Bakshi, and she said that she's very happy that the tricolor will be hosted in every part of the country. Simriti Irani Sahiba, mean what you say. Go ask Mehbooba Mufti to accompany you tomorrow and unfurl the national flag at NIT in Srinagar. So you mean what you say? Yesterday,
can I understand what you're trying to say? No, one second. Shabnam Lone, I don't understand this kind of argument. No, one second, Shabnam, 1 second. I'll get Rashnik on the other side. In this debate, did not make it an issue of nationalism, etc., etc. I simply raised the question of brutality. I find for some strange reason, Rashnik Kher, almost like a dare, Shabnam Lone comes on television and says, I want to see you raise the Indian flag. As if what you're basically saying is, as if what you're basically saying is, Shabnam Lone, what you're basically saying is that these students were taught a lesson by the Jammu and Kashmir police and now go try and put the flag up. Pardon me?
I'm asking about Simriti Irani because I'm saying that this was one of the main planks. Why did they get trashed? They said we want to raise the national flag within the university campus. Is it a crime to do that? I'm asking you, please answer me that.
Certainly it's not.
They were not at fault.
Certainly it's not.
I have another question. Where are those students? I have another question. Those Kashmiri students in JNU who raised slogans against the country.
Shabnam Lone, listen, I'll tell you. Shabnam, 1 minute. Shabnam, 1 minute. Look at these pictures, Shabnam, look at these pictures. Look at these pictures, Shabnam Lone, look at these pictures. I'll tell you two numbers. Policeman 6, student 1, lathi 6, body 1. One student beaten like that by the policeman. You don't want to talk about that tonight.
Of course.
You don't want to talk about that tonight. You want to confound this debate. You don't want to talk about the brutality which the students went through. You don't want to talk about it because it is convenient for you to avoid talking about the brutality that the students were made to go through, which is outrageous. You want to deflect the debate. You want to dilute the debate. You want to talk about everything else. You don't want to talk about whether the NIT administration as well as the police should be held accountable for the injuries sustained by the students, because the trigger for this was the events of March 31st and April 1st. The situation continued to fester for 5 days instead of being nipped in the bud. The situation continued to fester for 5 days instead of being nipped in the bud.
Then
I'd get Rashnik Kher on the debate. Rashnik, I find your argument strange. Rashnik Kher.
You see, Arnab, the students were protesting for last 4 days. The administration was aware of this. The political parties were aware of this. Okay, they were peacefully protesting. Nobody was paying any heed to them. And these students were calling a lot of people and saying that conditions are getting worse by the day. But yesterday evening, by the crack of the dusk, I started getting a lot of calls, and a lot of other people started getting a lot of calls, that especially from parents who were very worried, and then from students themselves who were brutally beaten by police. Now, I do not understand for what reason were these students beaten, and why the state government or the central government should not take action against the policemen, especially the policemen on spot, who must have ordered this kind of lathi charge, and who, incidentally, to my information, lured the students to the gate where they were then this brutal crackdown was unleashed on them. Students, I have videos of students being beaten in their hostel rooms. Now, which campus allows policemen inside? When you did not allow police in the JNU campus, how could you allow this kind of brutality to happen to students? And students before this had a tiff with police when they were snatching their mobile phones. I do not understand why action should not have already been taken. At least suspend the immediate officer present at that point of time who must have ordered this lathi charge.
Now, another point which needs to be made is, all students have the same rights. All students have the same human rights. And there were students who the whole country was fighting for. Rightly so. There were also students like Afzal Guru fan Omar Khalid and fans of Omar Khalid who came out and said, our rights are being trampled upon today. Now I want to ask all those people who supported the likes of Omar Khalid, why they feel that those people who have been brutalized in the NIT campus in Srinagar, why their rights are less than those of other students. Why are those voices quiet today? Where is the anger there today? Where is the viral protest today? Where are the politicians today? Where are the so-called intellectuals today? Where are the columnists today? Why are they quiet tonight? Because it is not convenient. Understand, Shabnam Lone, because it does not fit into a quote-unquote narrative that you want to present. The fact is, Rashnik, that what has happened in the NIT Srinagar campus does not fit into a scripted narrative written by Lathians Delhi for Lathians Delhi.
Yes.
And that's why there is a sort of grudging acceptance of these facts tonight. But I'll show you another shot tonight, and I want to show you the pictures of those girls out there who, with their faces covered, are protesting out there saying, "Rescue us." Now I'm asking you today, wherever you're watching this today, are they not students? Isn't it absolutely unfair today that at a time when a group of students in Kashmir raised the demand of hoisting India's flag side by side with the state flag and sought to seek protection from the state's police forces, they should be beaten? Are they not students? That they should be assaulted? Are they not students? So much for the big talk of instilling confidence among the students. It's shameful tonight that those who being at the receiving end of the lathi charge are alleging continued threats from other student groups. If those responsible for intimidating them are not acted against, how do you expect to instill confidence among them? And where are those voices tonight? Why are they quiet tonight? And therefore the story of what's happening in NIT has to be asked, and tough questions need to be asked. I'd like to get Sudhanshu Trivedi and Aga Syed Ruhullah Mehdi at this stage of the BJP and the national conference today. अब ये बीजेपी को क्या हो गया सुधांशु त्रिवेदी? बीजेपी के आपके जो डेप्यूटी चीफ मिनिस्टर है 24 घंटे पहले वो डेप्यूटी चीफ मिनिस्टर फिर से बने. उनका नाम है निर्मल सिंह. वो कहते हैं ये क्या कुछ खास तो हुआ नहीं, माइल्ड लाठी चार्ज. शॉर्ट्स दिखा रहा हूं आपको टेलीविजन पर. सुधांशु त्रिवेदी शायद आपने देखा है. लेट मी शो इट टू आवर व्यूअर्स वंस अगेन. लेट्स पुट इट ऑन एयर. ये माइल्ड लाठी चार्ज है सुधांशु त्रिवेदी. जब when policemen surround a protesting student, he falls to the ground, they thrash him with sticks. When the police are hunting in packs, beating the students black and blue, when police are seen beating the students on the head, on the back, on the shoulder, on the hands, ये माइल्ड लाठी चार्ज क्यों है? इसलिए है ना क्योंकि आपके पीडीपी के साथ सरकार बनी है परसों, इसलिए ये माइल्ड हो गई. आपकी सरकार के पीडीपी के साथ सरकार नहीं बनती तो ये बहुत ही अनएक्सेप्टेबल ह्यूमन राइट्स वायलेशन होता. मगर अब तो आप सत्ता में हैं, आपको शायद ये भी इस पे भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज करना होगा और कई और चीजों में कॉम्प्रोमाइज करना होगा. इसलिए आज सत्ता के नजरिए से ये माइल्ड हो गई. ये सत्ता का नजरिया, क्या आपको लगता है लोग आपको सवाल नहीं पूछेंगे सुधांशु त्रिवेदी? आपके सत्ता के जो नजरिया है उसके बारे में लोग आपको सवाल नहीं पूछेंगे? सुधांशु त्रिवेदी, yes please, and Mehdi on the other side, yes please.
Arnab, as far as this incident is concerned, it is highly unfortunate, condemnable and pathetic. As far as that statement of Mr. Nirmal Singh about the mild lathi charge is concerned, at the time, whatever briefing he has got from whatever officer, he might have spoken out of that. But now, when the inquiry has been set up and the central government officers are there, definitely they will investigate, and whatever the truth
क्या ये mild lathi charge है?
Will come out.
No,
as far as
क्या ये mild lathi charge है?
No, we do not consider it as a mild lathi charge. I am telling that at the time, the first hand information,
you are holding
whatever
yourself
he has
back.
got from police or anybody.
No,
from
you
the
are
police
holding
officer,
yourself back.
So he might have said like that.
No,
but
you are
right
holding
now,
yourself back.
When the
आप अपने आप को आप खुल के क्यों नहीं कहते हैं क्या हुआ?
whatever is fact, it will come out.
Why are you holding yourself back?
Opinion,
because you are scared of the
PDP.
Because you are scared of the PDP. You are scared if Mehbooba Mufti is going to get upset if you take a strong line tonight. You are holding yourself back because your coalition government of the Jammu and Kashmir, which the Jammu and Kashmir police reports to, you are more keen to play down their excesses because the police is directly accountable. You are holding yourself back क्योंकि आप alliance को disturb नहीं करना चाहते. ये तो ऑफ रिकॉर्ड हर बीजेपी के नेता
अर्नब, ये सच नहीं है, सच का नजरिया दोनों तरफ से देखिए।
आप देखिए, मैं
जो कुछ दिख रहा है वो बहुत ही बर्बरतापूर्ण है, दुखद है।
मिस्टर मेहदी, दुखद,
इट इज बारबेरिक एंड कंडेमनेबल, बट द मोर pathetic is
yes, please, Mr. Mehdi,
champions of that JNU episode in which the police has just entered into JNU and they were feeling so much of pain. Now they are not speaking anything, and from that instance I would like to quote JNU के इंस्टेंस में, बताइए कश्मीर के किसी लीडर ने कुछ बोला था? कुछ नहीं बोला। सबसे ज्यादा उन्हीं लोगों ने जाके बोला जिनका कश्मीर से कोई मतलब नहीं था। अगर आप अर्नब ये कह रहे हैं तो नैरेटिव दूसरी तरफ से भी बदला है। क्या कश्मीर के किसी भी पार्टी ने इसका समर्थन किया? बी इट अ नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस, बी इट अ पीडीपी। So the narrative is slightly changed.
No, narrative
and those
is
who
not.
are trying to put an allegation
I'll get
on
Mr.
the other
Aga
aspect.
Mehdi.
On the
Aga
other
Mehdi,
aspect
would you
of
like to respond?
And flag. Our stand is quite clear as far as the nationalism and national flag is concerned. But Arnab, also remember, those were the days for around 10 years. Even the chief minister and governor was not allowed to hoist the national flag at Srinagar. From 1989 to 1999. And for the first time after a gap of 10 years, if the chief minister or governor was able to hoist the national flag, it was on 26th of January 1999. Whose government was there at the time? It was our government. And right now, when we have come into an alliance with PDP, it is also the narrative is changing. For the first time in the valley, somebody is chanting Bharat Mata Ki Jai. People are coming out with the slogans. Remember the valley.
I don't buy your argument.
Pakistani slogans and
I don't buy your argument. मैं आपके आर्गुमेंट को बिल्कुल विश्वास नहीं करता, मगर मेहदी आगा सैयद रोहुल्ला मेहदी को रिप्लाई करने दीजिए, फिर मैं कहूंगा। Mr. Mehdi of the National Conference responding to you. Now he has the right to speak as well. Yes, Mr. Mehdi.
Mr. Arnab, since this is my first time on Times now, I would request you to give me at least 2 minutes uninterrupted so that I could explain how I see it. Arnab, we see the situation from two different versions. A version is the first version is that we get from the media. The version is that the students in the NIT was protesting, and the police came in and they beat these students and lathicharge these students. That's one scenario. The other version that we get locally is that the outsiders or the insiders, both the groups of these students got involved in a fight in which stones were pelted from the both sides and the public property was damaged. That's a different scenario. In both these scenarios we have a different version. If the first scenario is right, then police has to be taken to task. If the lathi charge was unprovoked, then the police has to be taken to task. If the second scenario is right, where the fight had taken place and the stone pelting had taken place, where the public property was damaged, then police had every right to get into it the way we expect police to lathi charge the youth outside the Jamia Masjid, the way we expect the police to lathi charge the youth outside the Jamia Masjid.
Mr. Trivedi, let me speak. Mr. Trivedi, let me speak. Aga Sahab. No, Mr. Trivedi, let me speak. Aga Sahab, let me tell you, the scuffle that you are talking happened 3 or 4 days back. That scuffle thing was over, and what happened yesterday was done without any provocation of any kind. Any kind. There was a scuffle, yes. Nobody is saying there wasn't a scuffle. But yesterday, police brutality was without any scuffle. They had no reason to cane charge all these students. Even they ran them.
That scuffle was building up to this situation.
My dear friend, hear me out. They ran them to their rooms.
It never went down. It never turned silent. It never turned silent.
Are you saying therefore? No, are you saying therefore that the police had to beat only one group of students and let the other ones go?
Rashnik, how do you expect police to lathi charge the youth outside the Jamia Masjid?
No, but the police is lathi charge in this particular. Let us not go to Jamia Masjid. I can come there also because I believe you represent National Conference and many times on these debates.
We need to understand the scenario.
1 second.
Have I heard Junaid say that we cannot do anything?
Aga Mehdi. Aga Syed Mehdi. No, 1 second. Aga Syed Mehdi.
Just miscreants.
Just 1 second. Aga Syed Mehdi is all now here. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Mehdi. 1 second. sec. Rashnik, 1 minute. Rashnik, 1 minute. Here's a question to Mr. Mehdi. Mr. Mehdi, my question to you. My question to you, please. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Now, first point is, Mr. Mehdi, that there is no word of condemnation over the treatment meted out to the students by the Jammu and Kashmir police. The brutality in these videos is evident. There has not been a single strong word of condemnation from you. A. B. Omar Abdullah tweeted. No. Let me complete my point. No, that's not my question. My question, please.
If the first scenario was right, then the police should be taken to task. I said it. There are
what
two different
first scenario,
versions.
second scenario? There is only one scenario. Listen, what first scenario, second scenario are you talking about?
Which one is correct?
No, you can't have double standards on JNU. No.
My alibi that you are building.
In the last 20, 30 years.
This is an alibi that you are building.
We are not here to pass the judgment.
Well,
we are not here to pass the judgment.
You are building an alibi that the non-local students should have.
What? Just a minute.
What kind of an argument is this?
Mr. Mehdi, 1 second. You see, students are students. Student must be treated fairly, whether in Jawaharlal Nehru University or NIT Srinagar.
Absolutely.
Now, I find it very strange that now listen at the hypocrisy. You see, hypocrisy, दोहरे मापदंड, double standards के बारे में थोड़ा कहना चाहता हूँ. ये double standards है आज, and viewers who are watching the Newshour tonight would understand very clearly why the double standards of the response to JNU on the one side and NIT on the other. Now, whether this violence happens on JNU campus, Delhi University campus, XYZ campus, or the campus of NIT, it is unacceptable. But the National Conference repeatedly said during the JNU crisis, it slammed the center for what it called the hounding of Kashmiri students in Delhi and making them convenient scapegoats in the crackdown on anti-national activities on the campus. I am asking tonight, I'm asking you, Mr. Mehdi, what about the hounding? What about the hounding of non-Kashmiri students on the NIT campus by the Jammu and Kashmir police? Why the double standards?
I said in the first place,
why the double standards?
It's condemnable. They should be taken to task.
What do you mean by if?
Unprovoked.
What do you mean by if? There are four students who are lying in Barzallah Bone and Joint Hospital. You know where it is and I know where it is. Why did these people go to Barzallah Hospital?
Hypocrisy is when we want J&K Police to lathi charge and use force, violent crowd outside Jamia Masjid, and we do not want to use
force. But this crowd wasn't violent. Violent is the word. You have said it. This crowd wasn't violent. They were not carrying stones in their hands. They were not burning buildings. This wasn't a crowd led by Yasin Malik or Omar Mirwais. This wasn't, they were non-violent protesters.
If it was unprovoked,
you cannot be beating non-violent protesters.
Audio, one second. 1 minute. I protest. You say these are violent students. Now, remember one thing. You're talking up. I want to show the visuals of those girls out there who are protesting with the flag of India. Just raise the audio, please, for a minute. Can we just raise the audio? Now tell me someone. These students are saying rescue us. Where is the violence? How do you call them violent? There's a peaceful protest going on. Where is the violence in this protest? So please, Mr. Mehdi, let's keep a sense of balance here today. Let's keep a sense of balance here today. No, you see,
that's what I'm saying.
You see, Mr. Mehdi, listen to me. I have a long memory on these issues. In March 2014, and if you have a doubt about it, please call Omar Abdullah right now. Okay? In March 2014, when Kashmiri students were charged with sedition in Meerut, after some of them cheered a Pakistani victory over India, Omar, while disapproving of their actions, questioned the sedition charge against them. Very right. Why isn't there equal outrage in this case, when non-Kashmiris have been at the receiving end of police brutality? I am only talking about double standards and hypocrisy. Please explain it to me. आप कहते हमारे लिए politically convenient नहीं है तो I'll accept it.
We are equally firm in saying
no, you are not.
That the students
no, you are not.
everywhere have have every right to celebrate whichever side they want to. They have a right to protest, but very peacefully. I have every right to say, if this was a peaceful protest and police came and used the force, then
you still are saying
should
it's
be taken
not.
to task.
You still are saying it's not.
Equally say,
Shabnam Lone and
equal with
which people?
With equal confidence say that if it was provoked,
can you not
then
see?
police had every right
see that these people
to
are
act
running
upon
away?
it.
They did not have stones also. They were not carrying guns and grenades.
To act outside Jamia Masjid.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, Sudhanshu Trivedi, Sudhanshu Trivedi, Sudhanshu Trivedi, Sudhanshu Trivedi, Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Now, Omar Abdullah has given a statement in which he has tried to say that these students should try to live as per the Kashmiri ethos and as if the Kashmir is not the part of India. What type of suggestions and what type of statement from a party which is one of the oldest party of Jammu and Kashmir? And one more thing, this Jammu and Kashmir always becoming the focal point for human rights. And those persons who become the champion of human rights activists, where are those? It is the same Kashmir Valley against which so many chantings were there that the human rights has been exploited and other things happen. Where are they? And when political parties take these type of stands, definitely it creates a very vitiating atmosphere.
But Mr. Trivedi,
even
but Mr. Trivedi, Mr. Trivedi, Mr. Trivedi, let me question. सुनिए आप मेरी बात जरा सुनिए 2 मिनट. मुझे क्वेश्चन करने दीजिए. मैं हर साइड को आज क्वेश्चन करके हर साइड को अपने दोहरे मापदंड पर सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं और शबनम लोन आपके कहने के बाद रिस्पॉन्ड करेंगी. क्योंकि you were all fire and brimstone slamming the sloganeering in JNU as anti-national, but here you are, a silent observer when students who protest against the cheering of an Indian defeat in cricket are targeted. Sudhanshu Trivedi ji, आप hammer and tongs जाते हैं आपके political प्रतिद्वंदी के खिलाफ जब वो कहते हैं कि हम भारत माता की जय नहीं कहेंगे, मगर जब students who are protesting against those who are cheering an Indian defeat are targeted in a state ruled by your brand new coalition partner the PDP, आप पीछे चले जाते हैं. ये क्या है? ये दोहरे मापदंड नहीं है तो क्या है?
हम
कितना कॉम्प्रोमाइज करेंगे PDP के साथ?
If you want to put the facts,
I am putting the facts
in right perspective.
And Shabnam Lone will respond.
In JNU aspect, you name a single instance in which the PDP leader has spoken anything. Is this not the change? Right now, any PDP leader has spoken anything on Bharat Mata? Is this not the change? And for the first time, even in National Institute of Technology in Kashmir Valley, the students are raising slogans of Bharat Mata. They are taking the Indian flag in contrast to that situation. Again, सुनिए ये बात पूरी करने दीजिए. In contrast to that situation,
आपके दोहरे नैतिक सिद्धांत हैं.
Not allowed to hoist the national flag.
आपके दोहरे नैतिक सिद्धांत हैं.
And in the last 50-60 years, Jammu Kashmir में जब भी situation change हुई है, it is because of the BJP. Whether it was the sacrifice of Shyama Mukherjee.
Okay, Shabnam Lone is a counter for you. Shabnam Lone. Let Shabnam respond. Shabnam Lone. Few minutes on the debate. Shabnam Lone.
And whether it is today, nobody is speaking anything against it, and whatever has been quoted, it is of the past. And our government is fully sensitive. We have conducted an inquiry, and whatever facts will come from inquiry, we will take an appropriate and firm action.
I expect a more measured answer from you. Now let me tell you one thing. Do you know what the PDP minister Naeem Akhtar said today? He made a most inhuman statement. He said that nothing has happened here. The parents in Jammu who are worried for their wards in the NIT, there is nothing. They are safe. The situation here is as good as if they are in their home. This is the statement that was made by Naeem Akhtar. Then go to your Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Nirmal Singh. He really was an apologist. Go see what he was saying in the morning. He was saying that everything is fine. It was only after the HRG team landed in Srinagar that he changed his stance. Now, why I am making this statement, it is a very
then Shabnam Lone ji, who has sent the HRD team? Our government has said. Neither we have sent it in Hyderabad, nor in Jadavpur, nor on FIT. It means we are sensitive and effective.
This is what I am
That's why we have immediately sent the team.
All your ministers, I'm saying all your ministers.
But the problem is,
people there,
where are those leaders who were keep on visiting
Kindly
JNU.
do one thing.
None of the BJP leader either visited JNU or Hyderabad or Jadavpur or FTTI. But those who are consistently visiting, where are they?
Yes, as a matter of principle, Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, as a matter of principle, I am always against police marching into universities and varieties, whether it is JNU, whether it is Hyderabad, whether it is NIT. It is absolutely illogical, it is inhuman, and it is against the law and against canons of natural justice that students should be hounded by the police or the administration. Now what I am saying is, BJP must be very careful.
Then the leaders like Omar Abdullah, who are the ex-chief minister, should seek an apology of saying this type of...
You are not asking a question of the chief minister. No, you are asking a question. You are asking... No, 1 second. Just 1 minute. Mr. Mehdi is responding. Mr. Mehdi, 1 second. Sudhanshu Trivedi, ये भी बहुत ही अजीब बात है. ये बहुत अजीब बात है कि you are going to ask for a response. No.
Completely. This issue is a completely state subject. The NIT administration itself, the state administration itself should have dealt with it. Now BJP is para-jumping, Mehbooba Mufti is surrendering, total give up on her part. Paratroopers, these CRPF troopers have been sent to the campus. Is this the way you deal with a situation like this? Where is the state apparatus? Where is the administration of NIT? That's the way they should have dealt it. Not the way by sending CRPF to an academic campus by making the situation bad to worse. Is this how you want to deal it? Is Mr. Modi a macho man trying to deal every academic campus his own way, by his own muscles? And shame on Mrs. Mehbooba Mufti who has given up in this situation.
No. As far as our government is concerned, none of our political leaders has visited any campus. We have strictly dealt with the government and the constitutional and the administrative aspect. And so we are doing in NIT. We have sent in a team, and we have provided the additional police force or paramilitary forces, whatever is required. It is strictly administrative and constitutional. But those who are making political issues, where are they?
Sudhanshu Trivedi. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
By ideological advance
the issue is bigger. The issue is bigger, Mr. Trivedi, and you need to understand it. Mr. Trivedi, listen to me. And Rashnik, I'm just getting you in. I'm getting you in because I also want to hear what's happening on the ground there. You see, Mr. Trivedi, the question today is about whether you just do politics over nationalism, politics over patriotism. And I'll tell you why. You will go to town showing your nationalistic credentials to score a political point against your opponents. But you quietly, meekly take a backseat when your brand new coalition partner, Mehbooba Mufti PDP, cracks down against those, beats up those who otherwise you would have hailed as patriots. But because today you want to desperately somehow hold on to that government in Srinagar, I don't know why, you are willing to compromise everything. Every single position. You talk passionately over matters of national integration, national interest, but when there is a situation in Kashmir, जब situation ऐसा हुआ है कश्मीर में, which threatens to worsen the regional divide, up quietly you take a back seat. Now, Mr. Trivedi, you must understand this.
No, this is not the fact.
It is the fact.
Arnab,
you know it.
One fact is that
I'm just saying it very directly to you tonight.
Has become a chronic disease in the last 60-65 years. And Prime Minister Modi has taken an honest approach. Just like I would like to give an example. During the Khalistan movement, there was a faction of Akali Dal which has gone to the extent of anti-national.
This has nothing to do with Khalistan. Don't draw that example.
And had some sort of understanding with
1 second. Rashnik
showing the same manner. Prime Minister has tried to have an honest approach, and there is a change of attitude not only in Kashmir Valley but also in the political parties of Kashmir also.
Mr. Trivedi,
and we hope, like we have succeeded with Punjab, alienated them from the separatist activity and put them in the national mainstream. We hope that this should also work in Kashmir.
Oh my God. Okay, Mr. Trivedi, here is the question for you. Please hear me out. In JNU, there was a group of Kashmiri students, boys and girls, men and women, who shouted anti-India slogans. You caught hold of Omar Khalid, you caught hold of Kanhaiya, very good, we support it. Now tell me, when are you going to arrest the other students? Because
exactly.
Today, if I am BJP, I would be extremely worried, and I have been a part of RSS for some time, because what they taught us and what is being practiced today, I don't know the reason. I don't want to accuse you of any malintent here. But honestly, I would be a very worried man if I am heading BJP, because on one hand, you are letting go of students who raise anti-India slogans in GNU in the heart of New Delhi, and here we are, the students who are raising Indian flag are being beaten.
No, and are you telling me?
I will wash my hands.
Watch. I want Professor Ansari also to come in on this, because he's heard a substantial part of the debate, and I think the question is, the point is there's a coalition government there. My view is very simple, Professor Ansari. Mehbooba Mufti, if she can go ahead and convey her assurances to Rajnath Singh, she should have visited the campus herself. She should have gone there, heard the grievances of the students, promised action, ensured amity amidst the clashing groups. That would have been a statesman-like thing, Professor Ansari, for Mehbooba Mufti to do. But Mehbooba Mufti is worried.
From her home.
Pardon me? She could have done that.
10 minutes drive from her home.
Oh, maybe 10-minute drive from her home. It would have taken the effort even if it was a 2-hour drive from her home. She could have gone and met the students. But it is seen to be politically inappropriate to go and meet students who've been brutalized by the police. So this means there is discrimination in some sense. Yes, Professor Ansari.
Well, the Deputy Chief Minister has already said that he has sought information from the police and he has directed them to take appropriate action. So I see that the state government has already constituted a committee to look into the matter. At the same time, the MHRD has also sent its own team. So at the time when there are fact-finding committees, we should not be making any allegation on the part of any group that who is doing what. Let us see that what the reports are coming. That is number one. Number two, I would say that in the larger debate, I see that probably there is an allegation about the biases of the Kashmir police. I would say that let us not communalize
there's nothing communal about it.
And say that the Jammu and Kashmir police favors the Kashmiris and the CRP favors the other non-Kashmiris.
No, the bias is a word which you use.
One point.
Bias is a word which you use. I am simply saying that the Jammu and Kashmir police brutalized a group of non-Kashmiris. Listen, should I not state the facts? When today we say, listen to me, today when we say that there was unfair treatment to Kashmiri students, listen, one minute, just a minute. Today when we say that there was, listen, Professor Ansari, listen, you can't, use beyond both sides of the argument, you can't run with the hare and hunt with the hound. In March 2014, when Kashmiri students were treated badly, when they cheered a Pakistani victory, and this happened in Meerut, Jammu and Kashmir politicians, the whole country, right-thinking students, people of this country stood up for them. Today you have non-Kashmiri students who've been brutalized in Srinagar. Somehow I have a feeling that the section does not want to talk about it. Why? Why would you not want to talk about it? You would talk about everything else, but you wouldn't want to talk. Why do you want to brush it under the carpet?
I would say...
Why would you? Why would you? You are a professor.
Now they
why would
like
you?
to enjoy about talking about the human rights of terrorists. What are the human rights of those students?
In NIT is very unfortunate. Whether it happened in JNU or Hyderabad or even Meerut University, that is all condemnable. That we condemn. But what I'm trying to say is, let us not criminalize the police, and at the same time, let the political parties keep away from the functioning of the education institutions.
Well, here's a question.
There is some element of
there is no question of communalizing the police or communalizing the situation. It is just a question of judicial and justice.
The universities and the colleges, being the independent and autonomous bodies, they are all capable of handling their own affairs.
Professor Ansari, I think you know the facts, but you're not trying to say it. I'll just summarize in one sentence right now. I'll summarize in one sentence, Professor Ansari. I'll summarize in one sentence, and this is to all the people who have unfortunately mutilated. You see, Professor, there are some people, Professor Ansari, there are some people who have mutilated the free speech debate.
Yeah.
Those people say supporting Afzal Guru is an exercise of free speech. But the same people don't believe that supporting an Indian team is the exercise of free speech as well. So I think those people have contorted and mutilated the free speech debate. I place the facts before you and the visuals on your screen full frame once again, because what happened in NIT Srinagar is unacceptable. There is tension on the campus, and Mehbooba Mufti needs to drive down to the campus immediately and reassure these students. That will be setting the right agenda at the start of her term as Chief Minister. I thank you all for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight. Thank you.